Hey guys, this is Matt for Creative. Today we're here in my room. This is my TV, this is my desk, this is where I usually shoot videos. I keep everything kind of like in one place. That's me, how you doing? I just received something that I think is extremely cool. This is something that's been available for a long time, this type of product. I've never personally used it. This is why I'm kind of acting like a kid, just in awe of something like this. But let me show you. So this is something that we have here, and you'll probably guess what it is. That's it right there. And this is what it's doing. This is a projector. This is a 720p projector from Vivibright. I have never had a projector in my life, but this came at the perfect time because everybody's in quarantine. You can put whatever content you want up there and just put it. And right now I have it set up in my kitchen, and I've been using this for the last few days, testing out how it works, and I think it is really, really cool. Now, just to say this off straight, you can see around here, it's dark. I have this camera that's really good with low light, but if we do turn on a light, the image has to kind of like counter that. So while this is a very bright bulb inside here, having a really bright light like this will not work with a projector, or at least this projector. But, oh look, hey guys, this is Matt for Creative. That's me. Today we're here in Central Park. By the way, I'm actually casting this from my Chromecast.
So it's a beautiful day outside.
We're doing this here.
I decided to go outside, wearing the mask, getting some exercise, shooting some video just so you guys have some...
All right, quiet. Anyway, so yeah, more on how I'm actually doing this later. But what I would do is maybe I would turn on the stove light. It's bright here, but it still allows me to view the image. Maybe while I'm cooking dinner. And then when I'm done, I just turn this off and that's it. But let's take a look at the device itself, which I think is really, really cool. That's the Vivibright. This is an IR blaster up front. This is the lens. And right here, if you want to do any kind of adjustment, this will adjust to however the projector is compared to where the wall is. If I wanted to pull it back, I could pull it back. If I want to bring it forward, I could bring it forward. It's really something that can be moved most anywhere. Now normally, I don't know how people mount this usually, but I've been putting this on a sponge and just kind of projecting up. But when you do change the orientation, it kind of makes the picture not exactly square. And that's just the only thing. If you're really anal about something like that, maybe that's something that bothers you, but for me, it's perfectly fine. So let's take a look at the device itself. On the top here, we have the keypad. Now, personally for me, I've never used the remote that it comes with. I don't need to. Everything is up here. Menu, up, down, enter, back, power. And if you want to actually choose the inputs, that's how you do it here too. On the back, here we have all our ports, another IR blaster. We have an auxiliary port, so if the internal speaker is not good enough, and I think it's pretty good for just like something this size, if that's not good enough, you can always plug it into an external speaker. But again here, we have two USB ports, and the HDMI port and the power cord. And what I think is good here, sorry about the mess, this is right here in the center, and the plug is very small here, so it doesn't get in other things' way. But what I've set this up is I have my Chromecast, and that does need a power source, but all I have it here is plugged into the USB port, and it works out perfectly fine. I don't need anything else. For a little bit I was wondering, how do I actually plug this in? How do I actually use that? I tried my Apple TV, that works, but it's big and I don't want to keep on moving it back and forth. This thing is so tiny, and it works with my iPhone, it works with Android phones, it works with like YouTube, Netflix, and Hulu, and all I do is just find a way to cast this, plug this in, and then literally almost everything that I currently watch is right here. So what I'm watching right now is one of my YouTube videos. It's casted here. It's 16:9. By the way, this is a 720p output, but it can take, 720p, but it can take 1080p but it's not going to show that resolution here. That's only 720p, just to make sure that you know that. So if we actually look at the page, because I was curious about, you know, getting this before I got this, or getting information before I got this. So this is the Vivibright, the mini projector, the F10 portable projector. And now it says Full HD 1080p supported. That means what it can take, but not what it will actually show. But for me, I'm perfectly fine. Now this has 3800 white light brightness. That means the LED inside here is 3800. That's super bright. Compatible with TV stick, laptop, PS4. That just means anything with an HDMI can use it. Just like I've plugged in my Chromecast here, this is how I'm using it. But let's take a look at the specs down here. So again, 3800 LED lumens. That's really bright. The contrast is 12,000:1. The native resolution here, you can see 720p. Supported resolution 1080p. But okay, it's only going to show 720p. That's just, you know, that's just what it is. The aspect ratio is 1.33 by 1. And let's see, the lamp life is more than 50,000 hours. All right, that's gonna do me. The weight is 2.31 pounds. It's really lightweight. And the dimensions are 8 inches by 6 inches by 3 inches. It is just tiny. Now for me, again, I've never had a, what do you call it, a projector in my life. I've seen projectors. Back when I was younger, they had like these cheap projectors that you could get for like $200, $100 at, what was it, like Barnes & Noble, but they were like jokes. This one, I can actually see myself using, and I've actually been using this to watch things on Netflix and Hulu for the past few days before I made this video. It's beautiful. And if I wanted to, and honestly something I'm thinking about doing, is I have roof access. I would take this all the way upstairs and just plug it in and cast it on the side of the wall. I think that that would be really cool, like when it gets warmer outside, because we're all stuck inside. We want to be outside as much as possible. Having this on the roof, chilling there with friends when you're able to, that is going to be the coolest thing ever, and it's something that I can't wait to do. What do you think of that picture? I know usually I use this little sponge to keep this up. That's my setup, and that's just makes it a little bit more raised. But as long as you have like a large kind of white wall, it's fine. Now you can even see here it's casting over this, but more or less you can't see anything because of that. I've been a huge fan of this from the day that I got it. I just think this is cool, and especially during this time that we're all going through, I think this is something that we could use, because you can bring this everywhere. If you wanted to move it back, I could move it back into my room. I could cast this maybe in a smaller area. But hey, this is me. I'm a night owl, so I'm up a lot of the times at night. I think this is perfectly fine. And again, I do have some ambient light in here, so I can see what I'm doing. I could eat here. It's kind of feeling like eating by candlelight, but this is cool. But yeah, this is the Vivibright. This is the F10. I'm going to put the link in the description below. And by the way, guys, I'm going to give you guys a discount code for 10% off. Just showing my appreciation to everyone here. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, put this in the comments section below. You can find me on Instagram at m8b9. You can email me at matt8b9@gmail.com. Don't forget to like, subscribe, applaud the video, because that definitely helps out. But if you've enjoyed this as much as I have some more upcoming videos that I definitely want to show you. But yeah, this is my little home setup. I know nothing about projectors. I know nothing about hooking these things up. All I did was plug it in, put it here on top of my microwave, put a sponge underneath it just so it's angled right, and bam, that's it. You need to know like zero about technology. I just set this up like it was nothing. But alright guys, I'm gonna go watch some TV here and have dinner. So I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.